Okay, I'm outside this morning with Red, the stray cat. He's having his breakfast. And I wanted to talk to you a little bit about taming up a feral wild cat. First of all, he's probably the most tame cat around here. I've had tame cats around like Red before, kinda, because what I think people do is I know people just dump off their cats in farming communities, and I know that even I know a couple of my neighbors that have taken in some of the ferals, and a lot of times they'll move over to the restaurant nearby and eat there. One of the reasons why I think this guy is so fat. But anyway, I've been feeding Red on and off probably about at least a year, maybe two, probably two, because sometimes time gets away from us. But we don't have any inside cats now. All of the cats have been adopted out, and Red is having his breakfast. But I want to just share with you how to tame up a feral cat. First of all, never pick up a feral cat because you don't know if they got a disease or what's going on with them. But if you see a cat that's been hanging around and you want to feed them, I usually feed them something that they really would like so they keep coming back. And then as they get more and more tame, I'll sit on a chair. Like right now, I'm sitting right near him, so he sees me. I was going to shoot to me, but and I walk in and out of my door, so he gets used to me. Now, I had a really kind of a super feral cat that was really outside for who knows how long. Got to the point where she would actually bang her head on my front door, but when we got the dog, she wouldn't come around anymore. And I haven't seen her in a long time. But anyway, Red is pretty good. I figured I'd keep feeding him. After a while, maybe I may get like a piece of turkey or something like that and see if he'll come closer. I'm really not so worried about them coming in and out as I am as making sure that they're fed and taken care of. He's a boy, I'm pretty sure. Um, but I usually just make sure that he's fed. But he comes around now almost the same time every day. I give him a can of canned cat food and regular cat food. And sometimes if I have scraps, I feed him scraps. But he comes in the morning, he has his breakfast. I start saying, "Here, kitty, kitty," so he knows that means food. And he's having a great time. So he's feeling happy. I've seen him in the yard just sitting after his tummy was full. And he's a pig. He loves to eat, so he eats all his dinner. And I mean, you can see he's a little fatty, which is good because I want to make sure he has nice and warm for the winter. And if he gets real friendly, I'd probably let him in. But right now, I don't want to spook him and see how he does because I thought cats were pretty tame and I brought him in the house and they flipped out. Did not like it, didn't want to be in there, so I don't want to push his tolerance level and scare him. I think it's better just the slow process where he'll probably eat. And he's got a warm place to sleep because he sleeps under the barn. Probably better than making a box or anything for him because it's nice and warm there. Or he can go under the house. I mean, he can have a box, but I had a box out there before and he never went in it, so he's probably not interested in that. But we'll see how he does. He looks like he's doing good. I'm not sure how old he is, but slowly that trust, where you just keep feeding them, don't bother them, don't try to pick them up, don't harass them, and then after a while, I mean, it takes a long time, especially how wild they are. Some will never change, some will become pets. But I have a feeling this little guy will become a pet. I think he was somebody's cat. He's awful friendly, but I don't want to spook him. So I'm not going to reach over and start petting him and handling him. Now, if you find stray kittens outside, depending on their age, of course, I'd probably talk to your vet about it. I wouldn't just do it, but you could probably catch them up in a have a heart or something like that. And if they're small enough, if you handle them with gloves and pet them and feed them, they'll tame up faster. But if you have kittens and you don't handle them, they'll go wild on their own because that's what cats do. You have to handle them to get them friendly and like people. I've had cats that just love me and will jump. they'll see me and jump in the air right in my arms. And I've had cats that, that I've raised that really just don't like. I mean, they'll let you pat them and stuff, but they like to be running around, and they're not like the lap cat. So it all depends on their personality. So a lot of it's that and genetics and all that kind of good stuff. But I really do love animals, and but I only obviously will feed the cats. Wild animals, you don't want them necessarily. Um, you don't. I mean, you gotta know what you're feeding, I guess. So I just feed the cats. If there's cats, there's other cats around here, but they haven't come over that I have seen. So right now, if they're eating, I don't know. They must be eating at someone else's house. But Red's the only guy right here right now, and he's been around for a long time. So I was pretty happy that he started coming over. Made my life, because I liked him from the beginning. I wanted him to come and stay when I saw that he was basically a feral running around, and I tried to pat him because I thought somebody immediately had dumped him off, but he wasn't gonna let me do that, so I just kind of let him go. But so he's been out for a while, so he's got to be at least 2 to 3 years old. I mean, at least, but he looks like he might even be older. So I'll just feed him and take good care of him, and I really enjoy him. I love his color. I won't have any kittens though, because he won't have any kittens, but and he's not pregnant unless he starts unless I'm wrong and it's a female and all of a sudden I wake up and there's a bunch of kittens. Then I'll have kittens that I'll have to take care of and find homes for. But I think he's a male right there, because he's never trotted around with kittens, and I haven't seen any orange cats, and I can't tell. He may be a neutered cat. What do you think? You like your food, boy? I have water out here for you too. You're a nice big fat boy, aren't you? Pretty smart guy, huh? Used to like to tease the dog. Used to sit on the top of a car roof and just kind of be aggravating. But then he used to climb on top of the chicken thing. I have a video of him too, trying to get into the quail, which the quail are gone now. Bye bye. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. See, he heard that. I wonder if he'll come back. No, he's gonna keep going. So he might come back later and eat some more, if not. And also, too, if you have feral cats, make sure you pick up their food at night so you don't attract wild animals if you're feeding them. Because you don't want to wake up in the morning and have skunks and possum and things. He's going to sit over there now and relax. He's licking his paws. I'm going to put this on pause for a second.